Hi, everyone.
Hi, thanks for joining us. We know we usually announce ahead of time when we're going to go live, and we did not do that this time. But thank you for coming in to hear us talk about the Disney Wish and to share with us in our excitement about our experience on the Disney Wish in this inaugural season. First off, let me not be rude to those who may be new here. Welcome. I am Peta-Gaye,
And I am Allan,
and we are mom and
my,
dad, husband and wife for my
my
cruising
cruising
family.
family.
We have two little boys, Alandi, who you'll hear us call AJ, and you'll see us write AJ. Alandi is 11, and Landon, who you'll hear us call LJ, and he is 7. And so the four of us recently sailed on the Disney Wish. We do hope that you all have had the opportunity to watch our vlogs from the Wish, and if not, go watch them. So yeah, we're here to welcome you all in. Everyone who's coming in, welcome. It's going to be a little hard for me to communicate in the chat while actually chatting, but I'm going to try my best. But yeah, so we're here. So we sailed on the Wish on a back-to-back. First, we did a 4-night cruise from Monday. It was Monday to Friday, Monday to Friday, and then a 3-night from that Friday to the next Monday. And I realized I wasn't looking in the camera, so now I'm going to be looking in the camera. My Tiana earrings and Tiana ears to commemorate the Wish. And so we had 7 days aboard this beautiful ship. So one of the questions that we have gotten is why a back-to-back? And we've kind of gotten different types of questions on that. So we've gotten sort of, well, is it cheaper? Kind of what's the benefits? So Allan, I don't know if you want to go in with any of the benefits or drawbacks even, but any of the benefits that you...
Honestly, for me, there was no drawbacks. It's just that for us, 4 days was not enough. We just needed more time on the ship. It was a new ship. We wanted to experience the ship in its fullness, and 4 days just wasn't enough to cover that. So,
y'all, I love how he said that like it was his idea, because I still remember approaching him like, Allan, let's add another cruise, because we wanted to make it something that was not worthwhile, because any time on a Disney ship is really worthwhile, but we just knew that 4 days on Disney, we would have been regretting it.
But look at it this way. Initially, we had done the 3-day. We was going to do the Friday to the Monday.
We booked the 3-day first.
And it was like, 3 days is not enough.
He did say that for the 3-day. 3 days is not enough. So then we switched the 3-day booking to the 4-day, 4-night. Disney doesn't say days. So we switched the 3-night booking to the 4-night booking. And then we had that for the longest. And then we're like, well, not we. I was like,
she needs more.
Could we just add the 3 days back? And I promised him that if he did that, we wouldn't do any more cruising for 2022. So that was my promise, y'all. Why did I say that? But anyway, it was a great way to wrap up our summer. And so to answer the question, as Allan said, I don't see any drawbacks either from the back-to-back, besides, it's actually more money at one time, but it's not more than you would have paid for the 2 cruises. Like, it's the same cost. Like the 4-night costs what the 4-night costs, and the 3-night costs what the 3-night costs. So it doesn't change the cost of the cruise by you doing a back-to-back. For us, I would dare say it's cheaper because we have to fly to Port Canaveral. We live in New York City, so we have to fly to Orlando. And so if we wanted to do 4 nights on the Wish and then 3 nights separately, we would be paying round trip twice. We would have flown to Orlando in the summer and then possibly had to do it again some other time. So that's too much, just too much. Hey, Team Reese, welcome in. And welcome back to land. Team Reese Travels is in the house, and they just finished their anniversary cruise, 10th anniversary cruise.
Congratulations.
On the Allure of the Seas.
Happy anniversary.
We're looking forward to watching their vlogs and catching up with Team Reese. Thanks for being here, family. So there's that. There is the fact that we have to fly to Port Canaveral means that if we can do 2 cruises off of 1 set of flights, then technically that's cheaper to us. But it doesn't change the cruise price, to answer that question. And you're welcome, Team Reese. So let me look back at the other questions I had pulled to answer. So about the back-to-back, would we recommend a back-to-back? Yes, for the reasons that I just mentioned. Yes. But then there's some other things. So on this ship, the Disney Wish, there are a lot of things that people want to do. Hyperspace Lounge, it's a Star Wars themed lounge that's very small. And at the time we sailed, required reservations. We hear that's no longer the case. It doesn't require reservations now. Don't know if that'll change again. Welcome in, Hannah. Your cruise is coming up. It's October.
Cruising.
So Hyperspace Lounge required reservations for us, and for us, the back-to-back helped us get that. So when we had the, you have the DCL Navigator app, and when you are closer to sailing and activities open up, you can book through the Navigator app, except Hyperspace Lounge was not on that app. What we learned from the Facebook group is you could book Hyperspace Lounge on the morning that you get to port. And so we tried that, but everything was glitching. It showed that stuff was available, but then we couldn't book it. Then we went to guest services and they're like, yeah, we don't know why it's showing available. It's booked up. So we got on, actually we didn't get on a wait list for that. We were told to come back on the last night of the first cruise to book Hyperspace for the next cruise because we would get first dibs at it. So that's what we did, and we actually got 2 bookings for Hyperspace Lounge on the last night of the first cruise. If you watch the vlogs, you'll see one of our bookings we missed because it was just that was tantrum day and everything was going crazy. And so we ended up not doing Hyperspace, but then we were able to keep our second booking. So that's one thing. Also, Olafs Royal Picnic is a big deal. It's the first Disney ship that it's on. And that was showing up on the app before sailing. So you could book Olafs Royal Picnic the same way you could book Enchante and Palo and all that stuff on the DCL Navigator. But it was showing up as sold out the entire time for both cruises. And what we were hearing is they weren't doing Olafs at all. Disney didn't tell us that, but through Facebook, the group and everything, they weren't doing Olaf yet on the Wish is what we were told. So it was showing up as sold out because it was unavailable. But I forget how I heard, what I heard. I think I may have just asked at guest services.
You did ask at guest services.
On the first cruise, is there space for Olaf's Royal Picnic? And they didn't say it's not available. They said, oh, it's sold out. It's fully booked up. They could put me on the wait list. So they put us on the wait list for the first cruise and also said, come back on the last night of the first cruise to book for the next cruise. So that's our piece of advice for anybody doing a back-to-back, considering a back-to-back. If you know there are activities and events that you probably will miss out on the first cruise, or you don't know if you'll miss out, but if you get off the ship and don't do it, you're going to be really sad.
Regret it.
We suggest doing a back-to-back where you can have first dibs on all your activities for the second leg of the cruise. You can have first dibs if you go to guest services on that last night of your first cruise.
And guest services will do whatever they can to accommodate you.
Yep.
They will do what they can.
So, and that was a whole other story with Olaf's Royal Picnic. I went to guest services that last night, got on that list, and so it was a wait list. They didn't actually get us into the picnic for the second cruise, but they got us on a wait list. And then I checked back again when we got on the second cruise, and they're like, yeah, your name is there, whatever, we'll call you if space opens up. I was in the shower and Allan was in the room. I was in the shower and the phone rings and he picks it up and he tells me that it was guest services saying that we got in to Olaf's Royal Picnic on the very first day.
And she's
of
screaming,
the second.
take it. Take it.
Yeah, I'm screaming from the shower. Take it.
Take it.
Because they ask it if we want the spot. Of course we want the spot. So that's a plus. Hi, Jackie. Welcome in. So yeah.
What's going on? How are you?
Long time no see, Jackie. Welcome in, everyone. Thanks for being here. So that's the perk, some of the perks we got from the back-to-back. You don't have to keep the same room. You may notice that we kept the same room, but that was our choice.
It was much more convenient.
It was.
It was convenient.
And
plus,
now,
we already had a great room anyway.
It was a great room, but also now that they don't do the testing anymore, you guys, if you're going to do a back-to-back, we highly recommend the same room because then you don't have to pack at all. I only had to pack because of the test requirements. And so without that, you could stay in the same room the whole time. So you literally are just getting off the ship with your essential documents, passport, the ticket they give you, the orange ticket to get back on, and any of those documents you would use to board. Your barcode is very important. The DCL barcode is needed. So yeah, that's pretty much all you need. What are you laughing for?
It is so funny. It is so funny, right? Us in the back-to-back cruise, we were just trying to protect ourselves so we wouldn't test positive.
Yeah, we're not saying those words. We don't talk about that on here. And you know, Team Reese always talks about the vapors. You don't say them words because, yeah. Anyway, but yeah, we tried to protect ourselves as best as we could. And so that's why you will see those masks on throughout the whole first leg of the cruise.
Yeah.
Right? Oh my goodness. Yes, Team Reese. She says, listen, I was at work when Disney called with the concierge upgrade and I almost declined the call. Yes, we don't talk about Bruno. Exactly. Yes. And if you guys haven't yet seen Team Reese Travels, that was such an awesome video. It was one of the first videos that introduced me to them, and now they are family. You got to head over to Team Reese Travels and see. I think it's called, well, I think the thumbnail says we got a call from Disney or something like that. And it was amazing. They got to sail on the Disney, it was the Magic, I believe, right? In Concierge. And well, I won't give away the rest of it, but that's the beginning of their Disney Magic series. So go ahead and watch that when you get a chance. Highly recommended. Go ahead. You were going to say something? This is what I deal with, y'all. Didn't he look like he was about to say something? Okay. So, yes, the Magic. Yes, fam. So we wanted to come and give you a little bit more of our experience that you may not have been able to tell from the vlogs. And so we just talked about doing the back-to-back and the perk of that. It's not a perk with price, because the pricing of the cruise is exactly the same whether you do a back-to-back or an individual cruise. But consider whether you're going to fly in for your cruise, because then in that case, a back-to-back is better than flying in twice, right? And also you get to reserve things for the second leg of your cruise on the last night of the first leg of your cruise. That was highly recommended by guest services, and it worked for us. We got into Olafs Royal Picnic and Hyperspace Lounge as a result of that. But what we want to definitely say is pay attention to your cruise emails and phone calls and whatever way of communication that Disney or any cruise line for that matter has, because over the past 2.5 years, as I'm sure you know, things change quickly. So now there's no more booking for Hyperspace Lounge. Don't know if that'll change back. Now there's no more test requirement. Don't know if that'll change back. So pay attention to your specific cruise information. Next up, here are the other questions. So these are some of the questions that we got either in comments or DMs from what we shared on YouTube. We shared on Instagram too, but most of what we shared was YouTube. And so one of the questions is, did the pizza move away from mid for AJ? Because AJ said he was the pizza, whatever he called himself, expert. And he gave the pizza a mid at dinner on the first night on the cruise. Hi, Keisha. Welcome in, Keisha H.
So what exactly is a mid?
A mid meant that it was not the best, but it wasn't the worst. It was a mid, and he explained mid. So if you want to see what he says, then go watch the first vlog at dinner. He explained what mid was. So I believe it was a little too cheesy. So we spoke to AJ today, and his answer was no, it stayed mid. It did not change. But you see how much pizza he ate. So clearly mid was not that bad. This question is for us, Allan. I'll throw it to you. How was Palo Steakhouse?
Palo was very intimate, quiet. I loved it. Excellent.
Yeah, Palo was good. And if you guys remember, that's where they deboned Allan's fish for him. Like, I wish somebody would debone my fish. Okay, like bring that home with you if you could, right? That's what Palo is. It's a I wish I could take this home experience.
Very good.
Yes, they wait on you hand and foot. I had Wagyu steak for the first time. I've heard a lot about Wagyu, and it was so good. I have still not worked up the nerve to have steak that's not well done. So I got it well done, despite I think it's medium well or whatever's recommended ain't well done. So I didn't get it that way. I always say well done, burn it if you have to, but it was still so good. It was still so soft. And it was really delicious. I did not get sides. I know someone asked that. I didn't get sides because we knew we were going to the Marvel restaurant right after. But Allan, he offered me some of his sides because he got a whole meal and a 6-layer cake. And then was wondering why he was too full to eat at Marvel. So yeah, we recommend Palo. How was your fish? Was it good?
Oh yeah.
And the sides and everything?
Oh yeah, that was incredible.
So there you have it. Palo was good from the beginning to the end. And our server, David, I believe.
Yes, David. His name was David.
David was our server in Palo. He was excellent. So highly recommend. And so for everyone who may or may not know, Palo is an additional cost. That's something we wanted to also go through with you. We shared a lot from the Wish because we wanted to do as much as possible. Not everything was included. Most things are, as you know, with most cruise lines, or may not know, dinner, meals, they're included, but there are
specialty restaurants
that are an upcharge. Welcome in, locked in with the Wilsons. Welcome in. So thank you. Yes, it's Tiana. Wearing my Tiana. Thank you, Keisha.
Sorry, I don't have a crown.
Yeah, no. So what were we saying? So you have to pay extra for Palo. You have to pay extra for Enchante, which is where we had brunch. What day was that? Day 6. So those are extra. Those are specialty restaurants. Those are an upcharge. But again, that was our choice. You don't have to, but we highly recommend Palo for sure. We'll get to Enchante in a minute.
Like I said, we just wanted to experience the fullness of the ship.
Right.
That's why we did what we did.
And we've had Palo. I've had Palo on every Disney ship except the Dream. He's had it on the Fantasy. And now on the Wish. Yes. I've had it on every Disney ship except the Dream. And so I can tell you, Palo is a must do, I say, for the grown-ups on Disney. So, and you could do brunch at Palo also, but we chose dinner for that because we had Enchante brunch planned. The other additional costs, Olaf's Royal Picnic, that is not included. It is something you can book ahead of time in the app. For those of you just coming in, I did explain that it was booked out on the app, and thankfully we got that because we booked it on the last night of our first leg of the back-to-back so that they could put us on the wait list for the second leg of the back-to-back. And by the first day on that second leg, they called us and said that we got in. So Olaf's Royal Picnic is very space limited. It's in Arendelle, the restaurant, but they don't open up all the tables. It's select tables. It's very small and intimate. So it's one of those things that honestly is hard to get into. But
what's the age limit for the kids?
I don't remember off the top of my head, but that would be in the DCL Navigator app. And you can only go to Olaf's Royal Picnic if you're a child, if you have a child, and you have to accompany your child. You can't send them by themselves. So I believe it's just a child's age. I gotta look that up. But there is a cutoff. There's a cutoff for the pricing. So the younger kids actually cost a little bit more, and the older kids cost a little bit less because it's Olaf. So usually younger kids are the ones who really want to be in there, and the gifts are for the younger kids. So the younger kids cost more for Olaf. The older kids cost a little less, and adults cost less. And it's pricey, y'all, when you add it up for a family of 4 or 5 or whatever. So yeah. But it's worth it if you love Frozen. It's definitely worth it.
In our opinion, it was worth it.
Yes, for sure. But yeah, so that's extra. So that's Olaf's Royal Picnic, Enchante, and Palo. Those are extra. Of course, shopping in the store, that was extra. The snow cone that I bought for Landon, that and AJ, both of them had snow cones. That's also extra because the snow cones come from a bar, and there is no drink package on Disney Cruise Line. Hi, Parker's on the go. Welcome in. There is no drink package on Disney Cruise Line, but the drinks are reasonably priced. So all the drinks that you saw us have that were alcoholic drinks, those drinks are all additional, but very reasonably priced. So that's it. Those are the extras. Everything else that I could think of, everything else was included. Even the drinks at Marvel that you saw us get that were not alcoholic drinks. So if you get anything that's outside of like sodas, regular sodas from dinner or from wherever you go to eat, whether it be in not buffet. Well, it is a buffet. Marceline Market. Those machines are included, but anything you get at like a bar setting, or if you order something on the menu, the dinner menu, that's not like a Coke, Sprite, or ginger ale or whatever, then that's going to be an additional charge. So Allan's Wakanda drink was additional, and my what's the thing on the table called?
I can't remember.
The quantum sipper.
Yeah, quantum sipper, yes.
That was extra, but it wasn't because it was an alcoholic beverage. It was just because it was like a specialty smoothie drink. Welcome in, Julia's Awesome Adventure. I know you're looking forward to your Disney Wish cruise. I think yours is in February. Remind me of when yours is.
I want to thank all you guys for spending this evening with us. We really do appreciate it.
Yes, especially because we didn't announce this, and we just wanted to recap the cruise with you because we did get questions. I tried to answer each comment, but then we got questions privately as well, and I figured if we have the video up, folks can always watch the video and get answers to their questions. Okay, so how was Enchante? We said we would get to that, and I do recommend Enchante brunch. I did not have Enchante dinner, and that's after we watched a bunch of vlogs before we cruised, and I was like, this dinner is not going to be worth it for me. The dinner is expensive, and I was not going to eat that stuff. So I didn't see any vlogs on the Enchante brunch before we went, and I'm happy we went because it was, for me, it was good. How do you?
The food was delicious. They took care of us. They did what they. My thing is just that the atmosphere is a little too dry for me. It's just a little too dry.
And honestly, y'all, he did not even complain about that. Thank you, Locked In with the Wilsons, for encouraging people to hit that thumbs up. Yes, please hit the thumbs up button. Thank you so much, family. He didn't even complain about it being dry. This was in us preparing to come on and answer the questions we had, and I asked him about it, and I said, someone did mention that the brunch looked good, but they didn't think they would be comfortable even laughing in there or talking because it seemed so quiet in Enchante, and it really was. So when I brought that up to him, he's like, yeah, it was kind of dry. And so the atmosphere,
it was a boring quiet.
It was a boring quiet, which is funny because then I was like, well, Palo was quiet too. But we didn't complain about Palo. Palo was more of an intimate quiet.
Intimate.
So yeah, it's the Enchante atmosphere is a little different than what we're used to, but the food was good.
Delicious.
And the service was excellent. So yeah, there's that. No complaint about that. Right before that, we had the Royal Gathering in the Grand Hall. The Royal Gathering is included. It's no additional cost. You do just have to book it in the app ahead of time because they have different time slots. So that was fun. Pirate Night. You guys who are used to Disney Cruise Line know Pirate Night is included. What you did not get this time around was the Disney Pirates in the Caribbean headbands, and I'd read that in our Facebook group, so we packed our old headbands, but apparently, I don't know if this is going to be forever, if it's only on the Wish, or if it's across the fleet, but they weren't giving out those Mickey Pirates in the Caribbean headbands anymore. So if you're going on a Disney cruise soon and you have some from prior cruises, we suggest you pack them. Definitely if you're going on the Wish. I don't know if the other ships are giving them. I got it on the Wonder in February, so in January. So Julia is going. Julia's Awesome Adventures, February 3rd to the 6th and the 6th to the 10th. It's a back-to-back. You're gonna have so much fun. So much fun. Just like we were saying before, Julia, you can watch the replay of this, but if there's something that you could not book on the app ahead of time, guest services will tell you, but you can go on the last night of your first leg of the cruise to book or get on the wait list for certain events for the second half. That's how we got into Olaf's Royal Picnic and Hyperspace, which we hear you don't need a reservation for now anyway. The new Castaway Club gifts. Thanks for bringing that up, Team Reese Travels. We got new gifts. I'm so excited. Yes, they have new gifts on the Disney Wish. I don't know about the other ships because on the gift, it says on the beach bag and also the towel holders, it says inaugural season for the Disney Wish. So for the Disney Wish cruisers, you will get new Castaway Club gifts. It won't be the blue sling bag that we have I don't know how many of. So yes, that's a perk.
It's inaugural season, so remember, seasons change.
Yes. So, and we'll see what they do moving forward. And now I'm thinking about the treasure. Locked In with the Wilsons. Thank you for that question. That's an excellent question. Do you think it was enough time to enjoy the ship without doing a back-to-back? Yes. Go ahead. You answer.
For us,
you go ahead.
Do you think it's enough to enjoy
without doing a back-to-back? I'll tell you why I say yes.
I would say no.
You can't just say no. You gotta explain yourself.
Because
y'all, this is real life. This is Allan.
With the kids and everything and all the different run around behind the kids, for us, 4 days wasn't enough to get the full for the ship. That's just me.
The reason I say yes, and y'all can see, mycruisingfamily.com has a blog from our very first Disney cruise as a family. My first cruise was before I even knew him, but our very first Disney cruise as a family was a 3-day on the Disney Dream. And I have an entire blog on why 3 days felt like a whole week because I mapped out everything I wanted to do and we got it done in 3. So yes, I think for a 4-day, Allan said what he said, right, Team Reese? Like, this is how he be all the time. In one of the vlogs, he was having a apple cheesecake. And I was like, is it more cheesecake or is it more apple? Because I like the apple with ice cream kind of desserts. So is it more cheesecake or is it more like my apple desserts? And he says more like apple cheesecake. That's Allan. This is who I live with, y'all. This him. Lord, yes, him. So y'all pray for me. Anyway, so what was I saying? Yes. So 3 days on the Dream was enough. And I think that 4 days on the Wish can be enough, but it comes with, to make it enough, you got to do that research. It comes with some guidelines. Y'all go ahead and laugh at me, Parkers and Team Reese. It comes with some guidelines. So I would say hit the personal navigators. The personal navigator is the schedule for each day of the ship. Of the cruise. So, you know, like how Carnival has fun times, Royal Caribbean has.
I was Brandy and Brian.
Is it the come? I hear you. Yes. That's how they be. Like, come on. So I think it's the Cruise Compass for Royal. So for Disney, they have the Navigator. And with the Navigator, I don't want to research nothing. I want to be surprised. I can't be surprised because you know what I'm going to be surprised with when I get off the ship and realize that I missed something. So I got to try to map everything out. But I get it. And that's the thing too. You got to kind of know your cruising style because I like that also. When I've gone by myself, and I'm guessing this is Siobhan on Parkers on the Go. I could be wrong, but I'm guessing. When I've gone by myself, I was okay with the element of surprise. I still looked up some stuff, especially when you're vlogging and you want to get some stuff for the folks that you want to, you know, show stuff to. But when it's the whole family, I feel like I'm gonna be messed up if I get off the ship and we missed something that one of us or all of us would have enjoyed. So for that, I love to pull up the old schedules, whether it be the Cruise Compass, the Fun Times, or the DCL Navigator for Disney. So on that, I would say Disney Cruise Line blog is a website that he has a whole section on old navigators for all the Disney ships. The problem is now that we just started sailing again after the whole shutdown, some of the itineraries are not available the way that they're doing it now. But over time, I'm sure they'll gather more. Yes, I'm a planner. I'm definitely a planner, and that's part of why I'm burnt out, y'all, because planners need a break. I know it was Siobhan. Yes, the natural reaction. Yep. That's for sure. And that's the good thing with Disney though, because I think no matter how much you plan, there's gonna be, because I knew I wanted to do Olaf's Royal Picnic, but I hadn't seen anything on it because as I was saying earlier, they were saying that they hadn't started it yet. And it just took some opening up of the mouth and asking questions to realize it was going on, and you know, we got in. But yeah, I hadn't seen that, but I knew we wanted to do Olaf, but all the elements of it were a surprise. And something else we realized with Pirate Night, we didn't go to the second Pirate Night show. And it was kind of like, well, we did the first one, and I'm sure the fireworks were the same. But when we got back home and I was watching This Life of Ours vlog from their Pirate Night, when they did the first Disney Wish cruise, not the one with us, but the one that they did before, it was a different show. Like it wasn't completely different, but I was like, oh shoot. So I think Disney actually tweaks stuff, you know, from time to time. Hi, Edna's World, welcome in. Yeah, I researched everything, but I do agree with Siobhan though, because you don't want to take away the element of surprise. And then this is the thing, because I'm researching it. He's still surprised. The kid's still surprised. They don't do nothing. They don't even pack their own clothes. So sorry, y'all. I mean, I'm sorry. Personal business all out on the street, but it's true. So we recently did Disney Dream, and they did. Oh, good. They still gave out the Mickey scarf on the Dream. Thank you. Thanks for letting us know. Locked In with the Wilsons. We were saying earlier that on the Wish, we did not get the Pirates in the Caribbean scarf. So on the other ships, it does seem like they are still giving it out. Yeah. Siobhan laughing at me. Anyway. I thought she was laughing at me. Well, yeah, that too. One of us. Shoot. Pray for me, y'all. But
see the skid marks from the bus you threw me on the.
Oh, that's another thing. This is the shirt, y'all. This is the shirt he got in the store. Come on. It has the anchor, the Disney logo, but it's supposed to be like a blueprint of how they built the ship.
Blueprint of the ship.
And this man was talking about a pair of pants that was similar to it. It's pajama pants that has a blueprint. He was talking about that for like the whole cruise. I'm like, why don't you just go buy the pants? But he didn't even buy the pants. So, and I'm wearing the Spirit jersey that y'all can see. Spirit jersey.
See, it says Wish in the back right here.
Yeah, so gotta get some Disney swag while you're on the ship, because we don't go on their ships that often, at least not as often as I would like. Okay, so the next question. Oh, how was it sailing on a new ship? You want to take that first?
No, lady.
No. I want you to take it first.
Mhm.
Go ahead. I've been talking a lot.
Surprise, surprise, surprise. I just went for the surprises. I went to see how is Disney going to surprise me this time.
So,
What do they have up their sleeve?
So that's why you like the new ship, because it was new and you didn't see any of that stuff before. I feel like we saw some of that
What did
before.
you see before?
I'm still wavering on whether we saw. I'm pretty sure we saw that Aladdin play before, but of course it's different actors.
Mhm.
Other than that, but okay, so that was simple answer from Allan. It's a little complicated. It was good sailing on a new ship because it's all fresh. It's all, I can't say it had a new ship smell. I've yet to have a new ship smell. Like, people talk about a new car smell. And I think some folks on some of the inaugural sailings I've gone on.
Thanks, Mom.
I've never gone on, besides the Wish. I've never gone on a first sailing, and I'll explain why later. But like vlogs that I've watched, I think some people on there say they smell like a new ship smell. I haven't had that. The Wish was pretty clean, pretty nice. And so you said, thanks, Mom.
Yes, Mom said
it's okay to get the pajama pants. Well, he can't now because we're off the ship. So see, there you go. Hi, Sid Cruiser. Welcome in. Diz Life family. Welcome. How are you guys?
Yeah.
This life of ours. And Sig, you guys are in Florida. How are you guys? Let us know. I know Ray had already texted me back to say that they were okay for this life of ours. But let us know, guys, how you guys are.
How are you making out over there in Florida? You guys good?
And I'm going to get back to the Wish talk soon, but I know I was in touch with my sister who lives, my blood sister, actual sister who lives in Orlando as well. My brother-in-law and my niece and nephew, they're all there and they were all fine. They lost power for a little bit and got it back. And yeah, so I've been trying to touch base with the people whose numbers I do have that I know are there. And so we're happy that this life of ours, at least as of yesterday, was doing good. Sig Cruiser, you're good. Okay, she's on the eastern coast of Florida, so just rain and wind. Okay, thank you for letting us know. Yeah, so we were talking about, well, after your pajama pants, what were we talking about?
The new ship.
The new ship. I haven't gone on a brand new ship. As the Wish is the closest to new that I've gone on, and it was already sailing for over a month, which is still very new. But I'll tell you, it was a great experience because everything is sparkly, everything is new. There were some things that could have been different or better, right? And I say this because this is the whole reason I have actually avoided inaugural sailings and new ships, but I wouldn't let it go with Disney. Disney was my first ever cruise line. And so they have that special place where I'm going to try to get on their new ships now that I've exhausted all the 5 that exist. So that's going to happen, but you have to go in knowing what to expect because since it's new, there were certain things that could have been smoother if you waited. So like now and maybe even November, definitely next year, I expect these things to be smoother. One thing I would say is we had a long wait or longer wait than usual for certain services. Where food is concerned, longer wait than usual. Not to the point of, being a Karen or complaining, but I could tell the service level difference. I don't know if that's just the new ship piece or the service industry and how they've been hit now, given everything the vapors has caused, right? Mm-hmm. And so that slowness, I'm not used to that with Disney. Anyway, service was still excellent. Service was still friendly, but I could notice that. Beyond that, there were some things that didn't work. Like in the Marvel superheroes area of the kids club, of the Ocean Air Club, there's this machine that is supposed to be I think it's going to be so amazing. And I really wanted to see it, but the thing didn't work because it's a new ship. So that's one of the things that has not been up and, running yet. It's a machine where if the kids put their magic band like up to it and scan it, it's supposed to allow them to create a superhero suit that then gets put into like this virtual reality video game thing in the kids club. And so they get to interact as a superhero that they create. So that wasn't up and running. Sorry, just looking in the chat to make sure I didn't miss anything. Everyone's saying hello. We love that. We love that everybody in here is fam. And so, yeah, that wasn't up and running. What else wasn't? Technical difficulties with the Aladdin show on our second sailing. So the first sailing that we went on, was actually only the second time that the Aladdin show was shown during the Wish cruises. So that's another thing. For people who went even earlier than us, they didn't even see Aladdin unless it was the sailing right before us. So the Wish started sailing in July of this year, and the August 19th sailing was the first sailing that had the Aladdin show in the theater. So there were other shows. There's The Little Mermaid, and I forget the show with Goofy steering the ship, but there's an intro show for the first night. Those were running, but guests didn't even get to see Aladdin for the first few sailings. So that's another thing. So it's just going with a grain of salt. You're going to get a newer ship. You're going to get great experiences, new gifts, new swag, like we talked about. You don't have that same old blue sling bag. You get a nice new Castaway Club bag, beach bag, and towel holder. But there are going to be some kinks. So just expect it.
Yes, bear in mind that everything will not be working.
Yep. And that's it. And I think that goes for pretty much any new ship experience. I haven't had one yet, but that's why I haven't had it. Because, you know, yes, I make these vlogs. We make these vlogs. But it's really for families like ours where we honestly cannot cruise every single day. We cannot cruise every single month. And so if I want to communicate a message to a family, it's not necessarily to go on a new ship, because if you are saving up for that one trip for the year, or even if it's 2 trips for the year, you want to have the most, make the most of your experience. And so I think you need to let them break that ship in a little bit first before you go. But we still had a good time. And it's just, we kind of weighed that ahead of time and knew that we weren't going to get the full experience.
But we knew that going in, but we just wanted to be on the ship.
Right. There's that.
We just wanted to be on a new ship.
There's
it was a Disney wish.
I'm looking to see. I think that was actually, those are the questions that we had lined up to answer. So we went through whether the pizza stayed mid for AJ. It stayed mid. He said the pizza didn't get better or worse. He still considers it mid. Palo Steakhouse, we talked about how excellent that was. Enchante Brunch was excellent. We cannot speak to dinner, but the atmosphere was a little bit stuffy, but it was a good brunch and good service. The new ship stuff I just talked about. Exactly. With Disney's prices, who wants kinks? We don't want no kinks. No kinks. Right. So I'll take the kinks when they comp us a cruise, but these cruises are not free. So yeah. And we went through a whole lot about why we would recommend a back-to-back and how that benefited us for this Disney Wish experience. So if you have more questions, and I know we saw some questions in here, we did answer the ones we saw. I'm going to scroll back up to see if I missed anything. And if you are watching the replay, please go ahead and drop a comment to let us know you watched the replay and put your questions in the comments. I will try to get back to each and every comment. Okay, so that's the Disney Wish. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else we missed about the Wish. Anything. Or if you think of something, let me know, because I'm going to move on to our next segment. Is not that long.
Water slide?
Oh, the Aquamouse? Oh, the Aquamouse was fun. That was Landon's favorite part. We asked the kids what was their favorite part. And so for our 7-year-old Landon, also known as LJ, he said the Aquamouse. For our 11-year-old Alandi, also known as AJ, he said Edge. This is the first time he went to Edge. So if you have 11-year-olds, that's another plug. If your child is 11, they can either go to the Oceaneer Club or go to Edge. If it's a first time on Disney, they may actually like both. This is AJ's 3rd time on Disney, and he was in the Oceaneer Club all the other times because that's the only one he could go to. And this time he went to Oceaneer for the first cruise and Edge for the second cruise. And he loved Edge. Okay, so if they're 11, they could do both clubs and see which one they like best. Yeah, so and that means next time, whenever that is, because that's another thing, y'all. I'm going into the segue to the next piece. What's up next for my cruising family? We have no cruise booked. Nikki, hey my Nikki, thanks for joining us. Alan said, "Oh my Lord," like you fell off the face of the earth or something. Hey Nikki, that's my girl Nikki, y'all. So what's up for my cruising family next? We have no cruise booked, y'all,
right now.
But listen, why that's crazy? When Team Reese, I apologize, I keep using your phrase because you know we don't talk about Bruno, but when the Vapors came around, even then, we still had a cruise booked because we had to cancel a March 2020 cruise with Royal Caribbean. So we kept rolling it over to March 2021, which we then rolled over to March of this year, which was Harmony when you guys saw us there. So even through that, we had a cruise booked. So your girl's going kind of crazy because I don't have a thing, no flight, no cruise booked. What we did do, go ahead, what you gonna
It's
say?
only a matter of time. Relax. She'll be okay.
That's why I didn't mind cruising family, okay? Because he all right, he's okay. But I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. It's just different. But we do have 2 Disney placeholders. So that's another tip. We've said we would share tips with you guys. If you are on a Disney cruise, go ahead and book a placeholder. A placeholder is $250 to hold a cruise within the next 2 years on a Disney ship. And with that placeholder, when you do book your cruise, you get 10% off the cruise fare for whatever that cruise is. So I don't know, maybe it'll be for the Treasure, but the Treasure doesn't sail till 2024, and I need to be sailing before 2024. So we actually do have our eyes on a number of things. Allan and I are going to be on a ship in December. It's not a cruise. It is a cruise ship, but we got invited to a christening of the MSC Seascape, which will be christened in New York Harbor in December. And we get to spend a night on the ship. So we will be doing that. It would have been nice if the Seascape sailed from New York then and then went over to its new home port in Florida, but either we missed that booking or they're just not going to sail with passengers, which I know happens sometimes, but that's not an option right now. So we're trying to figure it out. And December, hi, Cynthia. And December being my birth month is, something that a time that I would look to cruise. But as I said earlier in the live, when we decided on the back-to-back, I was like, please, Allan, let's just add back on the 3-day and do 7 on the Wish. I went and opened my big mouth and was like, then we won't have to cruise in December anymore, because I was already looking at December before. And he was like, okay. And now I'm like, could we cruise in December again? I don't know.
We will work something out, okay?
We're going to see.
We'll work something out.
We're going to see.
All hope is not lost.
Thank you, Parker's on the go. Yeah, it was cool to get the invite for the Seascape, the christening. We haven't been on MSC since 2018, and we really like MSC. We love MSC, and you could see that in our history on our vlogs, but they weren't real vlogs. That was when I was like sharing slideshows. But our family loved MSC. We did the Divina, and we've also done the Fantasia. For 14 days. We did our longest cruise so far on MSC, 14 days. So
that's right, Team Ree. She really didn't mean that. Really. She didn't mean that. She didn't know what she was saying.
I really didn't. Disney did it. It was Disney's fault. But so this is October 1st. Happy October, everybody. And it's also our anniversary month. So this would have also been a cruise month for us. Honestly, Nikki, if I was at that other job, I would have been doing this. Not that I don't care. I care about y'all. I love y'all. I always think back to y'all and want to go back because I'm crazy. Nikki and I used to work together, but now we're just friends and sisters for life. But the job that I'm at right now, I got a promotion in February. While working remotely, by the way, but now I'm mandated to be back in the office, but that's neither here nor there, right? That makes no sense. But anyway, I got a promotion in February and the role is a little different. I don't have like a full-on team. Like at the job that I had with Nikki, we had different teams. And so time off is, it is my time and I still stand by that, but I really did just take time off at the end of August. And so with that in mind, I did not request time off in October for our anniversary. I do have the day after our anniversary off. Our anniversary is Columbus Day this year, Indigenous Peoples Day this year. And so I already have that off. So I took a day, but it's not enough for me to cruise, especially when we actually have stuff planned for that day, dental appointments for the boys and things like that. So no cruise this October, but that led us to looking at Virgin Voyages for maybe December, if not December next year. Virgin Voyages. We've also looked at possibly seeing if we get on another Disney one that these guys haven't done, because I've done all 5, but they've done the Dream, the Fantasy, and the Wish. They've done the 3 newest ships. They haven't done the 2 older ships, which are still really, really, I love the Wonder, and the Magic that was my first ship ever, so of course I love it.
I almost did a European cruise on MSC. Great to hear they're good.
Yes, Cynthia, and it depends who you ask, because there are people who rip MSC apart. Yes, Sagittarius locked in with the Wilsons. December 16th for me and December 12th for AJ, our son. A lot of people have been ripping MSC if you read reviews, but that's why I always say it's good to go and experience a cruise line for yourself, because, I
will say this, the ships are beautiful.
And you know how much I love Disney. Disney's my favorite cruise line, but they ain't got nothing on MSC ships.
Yeah,
Those ships are
beautiful.
gorgeous.
Yeah,
Those Swarovski crystal stairs. Yeah, you can't beat that. Can't beat it. Yeah. Oh, come on, Nikki. You and come on, let's go. Mommy is in the chat. She'll watch all the boys. She'll watch all the boys.
All 4 of them.
All 4 of them. Yeah. So Virgin and Nikki locked in with the Wilsons, who's in the chat. They just did a vlog series on their Virgin Voyages experience. And so we really are thinking about that. And they have a good one. It was a good price for December, because this is another thing. If you sail in December before that week leading into Christmas, usually you can get a good price. It's after Christmas and beyond that the prices go up.
Like New Year's.
Yeah. So it would be a great birthday celebration. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. So I'm going to put that up, not now, but after this live, probably today or tomorrow, you will see probably a poll to help us decide what we want to do next. I'm not going to swear by it and say I'm going to do what y'all say, but I'd like to know. It will help. And I think it'll help Allan too, what you guys think.
I agree with you, Parker's on the go. See for your experience it for yourself.
That's true. The research could throw you off, because then you start reading. I have a friend, actually one of my best friends. She's the godmother to my boys, and she will read reviews and sort it by the negative first because she wants to see it. And I get it, but then it could really turn you off from something that you would really enjoy. Mommy's available, so we can have a grand time. Go ahead. Thank you, Mama. So that was another question we actually got. I'm so happy she wrote that, because folks were like, how come no grandma? Well, because grandma is usually around during the school year and the summer, she is our, next to God himself, she is our biggest support with these boys. And so because this would have been a trip she would have taken with us, she initially was booked with us. But then she said, you know what, if you guys are all going to be on Disney, she already has experienced Disney, not the Wish, but she knows Disney's going to take care of us and the boys, and they'll stay in the kids club. She said she wanted to go see her mother. So she actually went to visit my grandmother, who you saw. We saw her real quickly in March, when we went to Jamaica on Harmony of the Seas. So my mom went to go spend that whole time,
some quality time with
when we were on the Wish, she was with her mom. So that was why you didn't see grandma on this cruise. But yes, so we're all now reunited in New York and need to book something. Okay, we need to book something, but we also, I'm gonna say, we also need some time away from traveling. We love to travel. I love to create content. I'm the one who records. I'm the one with the concepts. I'm the one who edits it. Go ahead, look away out. Look away out. I'm the one doing the creation, guys, and I am exhausted.
She is burnt. Yeah,
I'm exhausted.
She's burnt.
So I am stepping away from content creation and travel for the month of October. It's a big month for us. My mom's birthday is exactly 1 week from today. My mom's birthday is exactly 1 week from today. So that's our first October celebration. Our anniversary is on the 10th. Of course, we're celebrating that. We'll be married 13 years on October 10th this year. We are remembering my brother Andrew, who passed away suddenly, exactly 5 years, October 15th of this year. Was it the 15th? It was the day after we had just.
17th.
We had just gotten back from our cruise to Cuba. We were so excited about that Cuba cruise, and I was thinking about Andrew because he loved his cigars and everything. And I was like, we need to get Andrew some Cuban cigars. And the day after we got back from our Cuba cruise, my brother passed away suddenly of a pulmonary embolism. Didn't expect it. And so that's always something we remember in October. And there's the anniversary of Allan's surgery. Allan had surgery a year ago in October. And we thank God he is here. And so all of those things happening this month, it's time for us to just slow down, take it in, feel all the feelings, and
get all the feelings out.
Yep, and just be. Also, I need to clean my house. Like, we don't have nothing planned for the anniversary. Guess what I said? We have an extra day. I know the boys have some appointments. I need to clean my house. Like, content creation is all well and good, but since we've been back from the cruise, like, it's been spot clean here, spot clean there. I need a clean house. I need to just reset, rest and reset. And then thank you, Locked In with the Wilsons. Yes, for sure. Peace, celebration, and reflection. Exactly.
October is a very heavy month for us.
Exactly what we're looking for. It's not, just heavy. It's full of joy
It's full
too.
of joy,
So
but-
it's the juggle of all of the
But
feelings.
it's a good heavy, and it's also
Yeah.
a bad heavy.
Yeah. So there's that. And then we're gonna roll right into November. I'm not promising that we're back in November. We still have no cruise plan. So we I don't know what we're doing in November, but I'll probably still be on a break. But one thing you all know, especially my creator family in the chat and who watch the replay, I will be supporting. I may not be creating, but I absolutely love to support y'all. And I feel like I've been falling behind even on that.
Mhm.
So I get sincere joy from seeing the creation, the content creation from each and every channel that's in here and beyond. And I thank you all for allowing us that to share in your lives. And especially based on what I said, it's not easy. It's not easy to have people who you know and don't know seeing your life. So thank you for that. Yes, rest and reset. I will be doing that, Team Reese. Yeah, so there's that. And then we roll into December. So from our October, because I consider it our month, our October, to Thanksgiving in November, the whole Thanksgiving season, to my favorite time of year, December, for my birthday. AJ is gonna turn 12 this year. Well, I don't hide my age, so whatever.
It's okay.
I'll be 42, and it's fine. 42, the big 42. And our Christmas, of course. So there's that. We did have our eye on a cruise in January. We'll see. But yeah, as soon as we do know what we're doing.
We have an eye on a cruise in December. We'll see.
Yeah, well, yeah, we'll see. So as soon as we know what we're doing, we'll let you guys know. But the seascape, the christening for the seascape, as far as I can see, that's the next time that I know for sure we'll be here, sharing that christening with you. And anything else, I don't know. We'll just have to see. So I thank you guys. Thank you, Locked In with the Wilsons. You guys are also very supportive. And I thank you all for being here tonight. I hope you have a wonderful October. Please remember to hit the like button. And yeah, I'm going to head over to Instagram and put up our Instagram post for today. I'll be off that platform too. So it's Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. After today, I don't know. See you real soon, guys. That's all I could really say. There will be a blog post on mycruisingfamily.com during the month of October. I'm not sure when yet, but other than that,
we will be back.
Yeah. So take care, guys.
We love you guys. Thank you for spending your Saturday with us. You could have been any place else, but we appreciate you being here. Much love, peace, and joy to all.
Yes, much love. And thank you, Kiki, 42 and 45. That's right, baby. I'm trying. Oh, thank you, guys. Take care. Have a good night.
Much love always.